Welcome back, everybody, to Zelda Bomb Squad. I am your host, Crazy Juan, and this is the newest edition of Crazy Juan's Crazy Rants. Now, if this is your first rant that you're watching, allow me to tell you what to expect and what you need to know in order to get the full enjoyment out of this. I'm going to have a rant ready to go with many different bullet points that I have to address throughout the rant itself. I'm going to do it calmly and then not so calmly. I'm going to do it calmly at first because I want to lure everybody into a false sense of maybe these aren't really that bad. Maybe he's just being an asshole. Once that's over, however, and I unleash the beast within me, I'll devour these pieces of proof and I will expose not only them, but the source from which they came, that they are actually very, very stupid. So everybody, that being said, sit back, relax, and enjoy while I expose the wrong and show everyone how dumb they truly are. Welcome back. So where was I? I'll tell you where. Resident Evil 2 Apocalypse. Very, why? How did they do this? This is one of those very, very rare fucking cases where a movie was shit. They made a sequel that was good, and then every movie after that was shit. Because if you make something, if you make something on the ground and it fucking sucks, and you want to try again, there's no way you can fucking fail. You can't go lower than the ground. You can't do it. There's the only thing you could possibly do is go up. Big shocker, right? That's exactly what they did. How did they do that? They relied on what makes Resident Evil Resident Evil. What do you mean? They had stars in there. Yes. They had Jill in there. Yes. Most importantly, well, did they have Wesker? No. Did they have Chris? No. Barry? Nope. Rebecca? Nope. It's just Jill. Jill, right? It's Jill? Yeah. What does she look like? Well, she wears the same thing that she was wearing in the third Resident Evil game, but it's like, so this is the second movie, yet we have her wearing her Alright. And then, oh, well, we also have the Nemesis in it. Oh! Wow! Hell yeah, that's what I'm talking about. And they did a good job with it. Then they kind of dropped the ball with the Nemesis because I'm going to spoil it, folks, because I'm a dick. The Nemesis turned good. It had a fucking moment of clarity, and it was like, I don't want to fight you. We kind of cared about each other before I turned into this one big hulking massive whatever the fuck I am. So, you got the main character fighting the Nemesis in a fucking... You got the Nemesis and doing all that shit. It's like, what the fuck? When did Resident Evil become Street Fighter? How the hell is this happening? And then just as he's about ready to fucking kill Alice, like, you're done, and all of a sudden it's just, remember, look into my eyes. We were at the end of the first movie together. We had a moment. Your name was Max. And all of a sudden, the Nemesis with his fucked up grill, his one eye stapled shut, and all of a sudden it was just... And then looking at her like, I remember everything now. No. Why? Stop it. Don't ruin good shit. And they did. They ruined it. And I was like, okay, well, it kind of flopped after that anyway, because what happened next? Well, the movie they made after that sucked ass. Because if I'm not mistaken, it was Resident Evil Extinction. Was that good? No, it was not. Then they made another one, and that movie sucked. Then they had another one where Chris finally got involved, Claire finally got involved. Guess what? They sucked. Jill was in it again. She wasn't in that. They sucked. And it was like, what? Oh, they finally brought Wesker in, and guess what? It sucked. You cannot bring Wesker into something, a character as badass as Albert Wesker, you cannot bring him in and make him look like shit. You can't fucking do it. And they somehow figured out a way to do it. That is blasphemy in its finest. Stop making Resident Evil movies. Apparently, this next one they're making just so happens to be the last one. It better be, because I swear to God, they're calling it like Resident Evil the final chapter. Now, if they decide to go through with that, then thank you fucking Christ. Thank you for sparing us any more bullshit that Resident Evil is becoming these days. But whatever you do, don't do what fucking Friday the 13th did, which is what they did. They said, oh, we have the first one, we have the second one, we have the third one in 3D. Boobs. And all of a sudden the fourth one was, oh, Friday the 13th Part 4, the final chapter where Corey Feldman, as a kid, goes ape shit and absolutely butt fucks Jason Voorhees with his own machete. Good job! All for them to come back with the next movie, and it's not even him, it's some other person. And then, we wanted to cremate him in the ground, so we dug him up. I didn't take the lightning rod out of his chest that I put in there to stab him with, because why? I'm so angry I want to stab a dead fucking body I just buried or dug up from the fucking ground, and oh shit, bad fucking time to have a thunderstorm, brings him back to life and causes a whole bunch of other shit. But I'm not too mad about that, because Friday the 13th Part 7 was my favorite one out of the entire franchise. Everything else after that pretty much just sucked ass. Except for Freddy vs. Jason, which I thought was perfect. But that has absolutely nothing to do with what I'm doing right now, so I'm getting off topic. I'm going to stop digressing and get back to the main point. Here, shall we? Yes. So, that's just saying, let that be it. Do not fucking do what Friday the 13th did to us. Think that this is the final chapter. This is it. This is over. Thank God. Let us go. Let us go away from this big pile of shit to bring us another big pile of shit a few years later. Don't fucking do it. So, thank you. Moving on. Mortal Kombat. God, why? Oh, by the way, Street Fighter is another one of those movies that was a good video game, a shitty-ass movie. The only thing good about it was Raul Julia. Or I think that was his last name, Raul Julio, something like that. Along those lines, played M. Bison. Good job to have Gomez Adams play the main bad guy in Street Fighter. Then you have Jean-Claude Van Damme being Guile, because, yes, and you have E. Honda, Blanca, however the fuck you pronounce it, was a man, got turned into this thing, and now all of a sudden, where the fuck was, oh no, they had Zangief in that movie, but where the fuck was Dalzim? Can anybody fucking tell me that? And yes, for those who say, oh, he's making up characters because he's doing the thing he does. No, I'm not. Dalzim was the Indian guy that stretched his fucking limbs because he was part, Stretch Armstrong / Gandhi. That's what he fucking was. He was just a brown colored, fucking Gumby. That's all he was. And it was weird. He wasn't in it. They had Vega. They had fucking everybody. It just sucked. And of course, they ended up making their own fucking Street Fighter movie about Chun-Li, and that one sucked too. But I'm getting off topic here. I need to go back to Mortal Kombat, which fucking sucked. Because guess what? You don't have Goro talk. You have Goro, a fucking freak with 4 arms. You want to know what he's supposed to say? Nothing. He's supposed to grab you with this arm, grab you with this arm, lift you into the air, take his other 2 arms from up here, and just pound them into oblivion, and just crack, break, Goro wins. Flawless victory, or whatever the fuck. No! You want to know how they fucking beat him? It wasn't like, because believe me, everybody, if you have not played fucking Mortal Kombat from way back in the day on Super Nintendo, find it. Go somewhere. Find it go wherever you can fucking find it and play it, because you're going to get to Goro and you're going to be like, how the fuck do you beat this shit? Because theoretically, the only way you could actually beat that fucker, or honestly that I can even think of, is that you stay in the back corner, you keep jumping, hitting the back button, so you keep going against the right edge of the screen so you can't go anywhere anymore, and you keep mashing the fucking kick button, so you're jumping and kicking, all while going this way, which means you can't go farther than that, which means Goro's got nowhere to go but here, and since he only blocks half the fucking time, you can kill him like a bitch. And if there's anybody that can go ahead and do that the actual way and just fucking own his ass without having that, tap out bitch like I did, more power to you. I applaud you, sir or madam, because you are gifted at what you do if you can do that, but I couldn't, and I know no one else who could. So, what did they do? They made Goro talk. And how did they do that? Well, stupidity. And then guess what? How did Goro die? Well, in a bitchy-ass way, that's how you killed him in the game. So in the movie, we're going to have him face Johnny Cage. Johnny Cage is going to somehow get off the battle floor where you could not do that in the game. And he's going to damn near walk off this fucking cliff. A cave that literally led to a cliff. There we go. It was backwards. I'm sorry. But, see? Herc understands. My man, we're on the same page. Alright, so anyway. He walks up to the fucking ledge, and all of a sudden, somehow, Johnny Cash, rest dude, you're great, Johnny Cage, somehow gets behind Goro, and there's no other tunnels in this tunnel. It is just one poop chute oh wait, here's the big crowd of people. You know, here's the shit cavern, and then there's the cliff. How the fuck did Johnny Cage get behind Goro? And then they're fighting and shit, and all of a sudden he does that thing where he does the splits, punches him in the balls, and goes, this is the part where you fall down now. And Goro falls off the fucking cliff. Stop doing stupid shit. And then, of course, how can you make this worse? By the way, we only saw Scorpion kick ass and pull his fucking face off and do the whole fatality thing. Epic! You're not supposed to live through that shit. Somebody lived through it. It was like, oh, for a fucking shield, are you shitting me? No. And just Sub-Zero was the only thing good about that movie. So, excuse me. 1 second. Ah, good. So, the movie, the sequel, excuse me. Oh, wow. They add a whole bunch of characters and kill off the other ones. Fuck, they killed off Johnny Cage. Good for you. You shouldn't have been a part of this anyway. But yeah, then all of a sudden Mortal Kombat Annihilation comes out. The shitty sequel to a shitty movie based off a good game. Good job, you greedy pricks. Because what happened? Well, how can we make this better? Well, we had Goro. He had 4 arms. What can we do now? We can have Shiva. She had 4 arms. Okay, well, yeah, we can do that. Oh! Let's put Motaro in there. Well, who's that guy? Oh, Motaro? Yeah, he's like the mentor, the centaur, whatever the fuck it is. I don't know. Half man, half beast with 4 legs. 4 hoofs. We can have that. That'll work. Can we have that? Because that wasn't introduced until... Excuse me. He wasn't introduced until the 3rd game. So, we're in the 2nd movie. It's like, why wait? So, it's, okay. They took an amazingly badass character like Baraka and killed him by making him dumb and jumping too far and let that be it. Reptile was nothing special, which is bullshit, because Reptile is fucking great. I will argue that until I am blue in the face. Yes, I will. And then they had Shao Kahn, or however the fuck you say his name, get beaten by Liu Kang, who turns into what the fuck's it called? When it was the fatality, but it was you turned into an animal and you did it. I know. Oh shit, my alarm clock's going off. I'm awake. So, I'm trying to figure out. I know it's not bestiality because we all know what that is, and that's not what I'm talking about. But we're just gonna go. I think it was anima. I don't know. Everybody, they turn to animals and kill each other, and that's called something. So we'll go with bestiality because it's so much better than what they did with it. I guess in a way it's gross, but whatever. Nothing happened. So I'm getting off topic on that one because it's just really fucking stupid. So Mortal Kombat, no, stop it. They haven't made any after that, and I pray to God that it stays that way. Moving on. Because I'm still on one fucking column of movies, and I still got so much more left I gotta fucking do. It's maybe a 3-parter, which is the first for me! So, Home Alone. The first one was good. The first one was great. The first thing was fucking fun. It was just, okay, you got this big idiot, you got the bossy smaller one over here, and all of a sudden, he's in a home alone for the holidays because we forgot him. Because the neighbor's kid from down the street just so happens to look like our youngest son from the back, and we're loving parents, so we can't say, hey, are you ours? No, get out of here. And then you go find the other one that's upstairs in bed. Where you put him because he ruined pizza the previous night before. I'm not kidding. Go watch. So it's fucking stupid. So it's alright, so they're by themselves. They don't notice until they're on the plane. It was like, oh shit! And then he's kind of forced to grow up by himself and learn how to be a man, and goes outside, and you hear that I'm not afraid anymore. Then the shoveler shows up with his fucking snow, or his, salt for the shit, and then he just fucking freaks out, screams, and runs back inside, and hides under the bed. Like, clearly you're not afraid anymore. Stupid, shut up. But, the second one, nostalgic moment here, everybody. I got the second one, Home Alone 2, Lost in New York. I got that as a birthday present from my mom at Woolworth's back when that was in Fox Lake, Illinois. Nostalgic moment. Mom, don't you so proud of me that I remembered this shit? from many, 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 many years ago. Now, do I think this one had better elements than the first one? Yes, I do. Why? Because, well, he's older. He has to be able to do more. And guess what? This means that, well, the bad guys have to somehow have IQ lowered while they're in jail. Because the Marv in the first one ain't the smartest person in town, but he's not that dumb by any means. And in the second one, he's dumb as a box of rocks. And it's like, okay, you can clearly tell that they were trying to go for for dry humor in that one. And it kind of worked, it kind of didn't. I'm sorry, but if you have an 80-pound brick of concrete dropped onto your fucking face from like 40, 50 feet, you're gonna fucking die. I'm sorry, there's no arguing, you're dead. Plain and simple. How the hell did he live through that? I have no idea. But watching Joe Pesci's head get set on fire and him dunking his head in a toilet filled with fucking gasoline, that's perfect. That's great. You're awesome. So, why am I knocking it? Because Home Alone 3 sucked absolute donkey balls. It was fucking awful. And what makes it worse, they made a fourth one. I didn't sit through all of the third one because, like, okay, you're gonna have to keep it going if you're gonna. It's got to be with the same people. Well, there's only so much we can do with it, so with the same kids, so we kind of have to reboot and start over. Except we're gonna use actors and actresses that nobody fucking knows about. So it's like, no, all right, good. You realize the only reason that fucking Home Alone 1 was relevant was because of Joe Pesci and John Candy. That's it. Those are the only two elements that made Home Alone a success. That's all it was. No offense to Daniel Stern, he wasn't that big yet at the time, you know, but it was Joe Pesci, Macaulay Culkin, and John Candy. That's it. That's the only thing that made Home Alone credible. And after that, they made a third one. It was like, it's not Kevin McAllister anymore. It's whatever his name is. And his family's gone. Why? And now the bad guys are typically dumber than they were in the second one, which is even dumber than they were in the first one. So it's like, why are you doing this to us, people? So I'm getting off track on that one. Home Alone was good. Home Alone 2 was a little better, but they should have stopped, but they got fucking greedy and went with 3 and then ultimately a 4, which sucked just so much ass. It's fucking awful. So, moving on. Deuce Bigalow, Male Gigolo. Thought the movie was great. I don't know why people shit on Rob Schneider. I think he's funny as fuck when he has an opportunity to be so. Him, in the Animal, he was fucking funny in that one. He was funny as shit when he was in The Hot Chick. That was great. I mean, I don't understand why people shit on him. So, I don't know. He just has the unfortunate of being friends with Adam Sandler, who makes horrible fucking movies now, but I digress. Coincidentally enough, Rob Schneider was actually in Home Alone 2. See what I did there? Boom! Accidents! It works for me and you. And I laughed! Moving on. So, Deuce Bigalow, Male Gigolo, it was fucking great. It was. It was awesome. I mean, you got the fat chick who he does not want to smush with, so he doesn't. Shut up, alarm clock! I'm awake! Alright. Excuse me, everybody. Sorry for being rude. Because I have to get ready for work shortly, so I'm going to have to hurry this rant up really quick, because I'm just going off on this one. I'm sorry. Losing track. Anyway, yeah, it's really fucking good. He's got the fat one that he obviously does not want to have sex with because, well, obvious reasons, because she's chunky and really fucking huge. Nothing wrong with that. Nothing at all. Then he's got the date with the freakishly tall chick that they never show anything above right here, and everyone calls her a freak and shit like that. And has monstrously huge feet that are like this fucking big, and he's oiling it up and everything like that. No one has ever touched my feet before. Ooh. It's like, oh, okay. And then having whatever the fuck that cop's name is, the one that played John Wayne Gacy in the movie. Very good adaptation of it, though. It's fucking weird. They had him whipping his dick out at every possible, saying, hey, is this a rash? It's all about width. I got the thinnest penis in the world. Good for you, bro. But I'm just saying, Deuce Bigalow, Male Gigolo was good. Then, of course, you had to have the one that he fell in love with, obviously. Then you had the one where she has narcolepsy, where she keeps falling asleep, and we got to figure out a way to make that funny. They did. Then they're like, okay, well, we got to have the one that's, what was it? Think. Tourette syndrome. Yes, there's that one. So they actually figured out a way on how to make everything work. It was splendid. Then, of course, in typical Adam Sandler fashion films, it's like, oh, here's everything. It's funny. It's funny. It's funny. It's funny. It's funny. Shit gets real, then gets sad, then gets depressing, then gets concerning, then ends on a high note. Especially that fact that they killed off the fucking narcolepsy woman by taking his advice, going to the Eiffel Tower, and you were not in the sequel, and you didn't want to be. Because what was the competition in the second movie? A woman that had a dick for a nose, and when she sneezed, she busted a nut. I'm letting that one sink in. Had a dick for a nose. Dick. And when she got excited, her nose... And when she sneezed... I'm good. They don't make water hot enough to wash away what the fuck I just saw. And on top of that, they killed off his wife who he ended up marrying from the first one. And then they even brought back Anton, the male gigolo, and offs him too. And it's like, what the fuck? It sucked. Like, leave it alone. Damn it. And they fucked it up. So then you get Bruce Almighty, which was funny in itself. They didn't need to do anything else with it because guess what? The second one was not about Jim Carrey at all. You wanna know why? Because it didn't need to be. All of a sudden he was like, fuck you, God. You don't help me out, so kiss my ass. And all of a sudden just, ew, you heard me? Ooh. My bad, bro. I don't believe you. You're not God, but you can keep saying that if you want. Whatever. And then all of a sudden, oh shit, he is God. And he goes, oh shit, God made me God. Sweet. Thank you, Morgan Freeman. And what did he do? He fucked up. I don't remember the character's name, but Steve Carell. Yep, that one. The asshole. He was an asshole in that movie. Yes, I'm awake. Damn it! Shut up. Go away. I'm doing shit. Thank you. Boof. Excuse me. But yeah, then they make Steve Carell the bad guy from the first one, and made him God in the sequel. Why? This is not... No! You don't reward an asshole by giving him the powers of God. I'm sorry, that completely goes against everything that should be in the land of Hollywood, and it's fucked up. Why? I don't know. Whatever. Moving on. Gremlins. I thought it was adorable. The movie was great. I'm like, okay, well, we're going to make this more fun for kids. That's exactly what they did. So instead of having one Mogwai turn into like 6 Mogwai and have those 5 Mogwai, not Gizmo, eat after midnight and then turn into gremlins and shit. Yeah, it worked. There wasn't too much humor involved in it, and Gizmo's fucking adorable. So we can make it, and it worked. They made it more fucking cartoonish and gave the fucking gremlins personality, and it fucking worked. Like, they ended up having a female gremlin fall madly in love and make sex with a grown fucking man. And let alone the gigantic masterpiece of having a gremlin drink a vial of something that will turn you into a spider and made a gremlin a fucking spider gremlin. That is the shit that can fucking ruin a lifetime, in my honest opinion. If I ever saw a gremlin spider that fucking big, I'd shit my pants. I'd shit my neighbor's pants, I'd shit my boss's pants, and I'm pretty sure I'd shit in my family's pants. Every single one of them, and we're a growing bunch. So that's a shitload of shit that I'll be shitting somewhere else because that crazy shit is the shit I don't want to see. Shits! So, it was, that's all needs to be said about that. Now, best of the best. The first one was good, the second one, not really. Because it was like, okay, You're going to take, okay, an Olympic fighting team. Yes, it works. It's great. We're the hard chargers. We're practicing for this shit. And we just get fucking owned. In the Olympics, the Karate Olympics, hi-ya, we get our asses smoked. I mean, Japan or China, wherever, what Asian country they're from, don't get mad at me. I don't know. They own our asses, and then all of a sudden, you fought very valiantly. I'm sorry I killed your brother in the last tournament. Here's my Olympic gold medal. Or whatever it was. And then everybody else on the winning team walks up to us, the American team, and hands it over and puts it on their neck. So it's like, wow, this ended amazingly. And then the second one was like, okay, Eric Roberts. He fights. And that's it. Oh, Chris Penn, who was in the first one. He dies in the second one, so it's... And... Oh, what is his name? Oh, shit! Wayne Newton is in it. Wayne Newton's a bad guy. I like that. I like that concept, because he looks like he could be a good dickhead, but the movie sucked. It wasn't that good. It was just... I'm the Coliseum. I wander around this place. I kill anyone. I break you. No, it sucked ass too. So the only redeeming quality in it was it had Jason Voorhees as one of the bouncers there at the club. Yes, it was. Go fucking watch. So that's that one. Van Wilder. Now, for those saying they didn't make a sequel to this, you're fucking wrong. They did. It was called Van Wilder: The Rise of Taj. I'm sorry. I cannot fucking stand the person who plays... I don't know if it's Harold or Kumar, but whoever... Taj, I don't know who the fuck it is. I can't stand him. I think he's an overrated fucking actor. He tries way too hard to be funny. He relies on stoner jokes to get a laugh out of people. But the reason I really don't like him is because he once played a terrorist in 24. I'm sorry, but if you play a certain role and I see it, I will now base you and your entire career based on that one role. You guys want an example? I'll fucking give you one. Lawrence Fishburne is never, ever going to be anybody else except Ike Turner in my eyes. And he beat the shit, the holy shit, out of whoever played Tina Turner. That's bad. But, okay, I can go watch the Matrix movies, and guess what? I'm not going to see him. I'm going to see Ike Turner. It's Ike Turner everywhere, so whenever I see that very not funny little prick, it's like, you're not funny, dude. You're fucking terrorist, shut up, I don't like you, go away. And which really pissed me off because he ended up being a character on House, and he tried way too hard to be funny on that show. I mean, the second episode where he was actually on the team, he goes, oh cool, can we do a Secret Santa? Fuck you, this is not... Go away! It's perfectly fine. He ends up shooting himself anyway, so it's perfectly fucking fine. I'm digressing all over the place. So, American Pie, here we go. So, the concept of it was we all are going to make a pact that we all lose our virginity before we graduate. That's a very, very strong fucking setting right there, and it could work. And guess what? It did work. Spoiler alert, all four of them ended up having sex on prom night. Guess what? Pact complete. That's it. That's the basis of the movie. Jason Biggs stuck his dick in a pie, and they all lost their virginity. Good for you. You cannot make a sequel off of a pact that you all already succeeded in doing. It's stupid as shit. Because then you're just going to rely on what to happen? You're going to rely on Stifler to carry it. Okay, well that's not going to fucking work because Stifler, that's on that point in his life where he stopped getting in the funnier roles and shit. It's like, okay, you're always going to be Stifler, so that's, no, And then it is, okay, well, we're going to rely on Jason Biggs' dad in that movie because he was funny in the first one. He's like the awkward father who is cool enough to deal with everything. Like, they're going to rely on him for that shit. It wasn't good. Then they had the third one, which was, I think, The Wedding, American Wedding, which was dumb as shit. And then they're like, oh, American Pie, The Naked Mile. Oh, American Pie, Delta Psi. Or, oh, American Pie, Stifler's brother. Shit like that. It's like, why? Why are you, no. Stop it. Just knock that shit off. There's only so many American Pie movies you can make. There's only should have been one. You made it. Good for you. It worked. But everything after that, fuck off for ruining it. So actually, this is almost the very, very tail end of everything. So I'm going to pause it really quick because believe me, The next one is The Crow, and believe me, I'm going all out on this one. So again, everybody, sorry this is taking a little long, but I'm just really fucking heated about all this shit. So everybody, I'll be right back. And yeah, oh, this is gonna